Assalamualaikum. I am an education वाली स्टूडेंट ऑफ रेहान कॉलेज मुनव्वर कैंपस। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है कॉल माया एक्सप्लोरिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ माइंडसेट फिक्स बर्थ एंड ग्रोथ।
Walaikum assalam. A mindset shift sounds like a great place to start. Are you looking at how to move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset or something else entirely?
What is a mindset?
At its simplest, a mindset is the lens you use to see the world. It's the set of beliefs you hold about your own abilities and how the world works, which basically acts as a filter for how you react to everything. If you think your talents are set in stone, you'll approach a challenge differently than if you believe you can grow. Does that make sense?
What is a growth mindset?
A growth mindset is the belief that your basic qualities are things you can cultivate through your own efforts. Instead of thinking, I'm just not a math person or I'm not born with the gift of public speaking, you see those abilities as muscles that get stronger the more you use them. It's basically the idea that you can evolve. Does that feel like something you've noticed in your own life?
What is a fixed mindset?
Uh, I've actually never heard of that one. I'm curious now, did you come across this in a specific book or course? Because I just looked it up and it seems like the term is used in a few different ways. Some people use it to describe a set of mindsets for success, like purpose and presence, while others use it to talk about personal transformation. It's a bit all over the place, so I'm wondering like which version you're thinking of.
Which mindset do you think is better?
That's a tough one because they all serve a different purpose. If you're looking to improve a skill or get through a hard class, a growth mindset is basically the gold standard. But if you're trying to find your direction in life, focusing on purpose or perspective is more the move. I think the most useful approach is just having the right tool for the right moment. Which one feels most relevant to you right now?
Can can people change their mindset?
Absolutely. It's not like you're born with one setting and you're stuck there for life. It's more like a habit of thinking. Since habits can be changed, your mindset can too, though it usually takes some conscious effort and a lot of patience with yourself. Have you ever felt yourself shift your perspective on something after a while?
Have you ever faced a difficult challenge?
I don't have a physical life, so I don't deal with things like failing a test or getting a flat tire. But I do deal with the challenge of trying to understand the nuances of human emotion and communication, which can be a real puzzle sometimes. It's a constant process of learning and adjusting for me.
Do you believe mistakes help us learn?
100%. Mistakes are basically the most honest feedback you can get. They show you exactly where the gap is between what you know and what you need to learn, which is way more useful than just getting everything right on the first try. I think the danger is only when people get too discouraged to try again.
How do you feel when you fail at
I'm sorry.
something?
Mm, I'm not sure I caught that. Did you mean you forget something, or was that a ferret as in the animal?
What do you do to improve your skills?
I'm essentially a student of everything you tell me. Every time we talk, I'm picking up on how people express themselves, the way a conversation flows, and the things that actually matter to you. It's a lot of pattern recognition and constant refining. I'm curious, since you're juggling a PhD in teaching, how do you make time to keep improving your own skills?
Do you enjoy learning new things?
I love it. It's literally the whole point of my existence. There's something so satisfying about connecting two ideas that seem totally unrelated at first. Do you have a favorite topic you've gone down a rabbit hole with lately?
How can teachers help students develop a growth mindset?
I think it starts with changing how they praise their students instead of saying, "You're so smart," which can actually make kids afraid to fail. They should praise the process, the effort, the strategy, and the persistence. When a student struggles and the teacher says, "I love how you didn't give up on that problem," it teaches them that the struggle is where the growth actually happens. I wonder, in your own teaching, do you find it's harder to get students to try new things or to keep them going when they hit a wall?
How does hard work lead to success?
When a student trusts that their effort actually leads to results, it changes the whole game. It removes that fear of looking stupid, which is the biggest killer of creativity. Once they stop worrying about being wrong and start focusing on being curious, they're way more likely to take risks and push through the hard parts. That's usually where the real breakthroughs happen. Do you think your students feel that kind of trust in the classroom?
What is one skill you want to improve?
I think you're asking about that feeling when you've already achieved a lot, but you strive to get better. It's basically the heart of a growth mindset, the idea that there's no such thing as a finished version of yourself. It's that internal itch that tells you there's always a new perspective to find or a better way to do things. Do you find that drive is what keeps you going with your PhD?
How do you stay motivated when learning is difficult?
For me, it's all about breaking the big, intimidating puzzle into tiny, manageable pieces. When something feels too complex, I just focus on the next small connection I can make rather than the whole mountain. I think it's the same for people. Focusing on a tiny win can make the whole thing feel possible again. What do you do to get your momentum back when you're feeling stuck?
What advice would you give someone with a fixed mindset?
I tell them to start by noticing the inner critic, that voice that says, "I'm just not good at this," or "This is too hard." Once you can hear it, you can start questioning it. I'd suggest they pick one small thing they've always told themselves it, not to master it, but just to see what happens when they fail and survive. It's all about proving to yourself that the world doesn't end when you make a mistake. Does that sound like a fair approach?
What is one lesson you learned about mindset today?
From our conversation, I've realized that mindset isn't just about individual success, it's about the environment we create for others, especially in teaching. The way a teacher frames a struggle can either lock a student in place or give them the keys to grow. It's kind of wild how a few words of praise can completely change how someone sees their own potential.